Steelers fans, the stage is set for another intense weekend, and the buzz around Pittsburgh is impossible to ignore. Since returning from Ireland, the team has faced some of the league's most dynamic running backs, testing the defense against the likes of Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, James Cook, and Devin A. Against three of those four, the Steelers managed to contain the threat with a surprising amount of effectiveness, the exception being Cook, who proved too elusive for the usual defensive schemes. Now, as the team looks ahead to this weekend's matchup, it is clear that a new challenge awaits, one that could very well test every ounce of strategy and execution that the coaching staff has been refining. The offense and defense alike have to be in sync to even think about slowing down the potent combination of Jared Goff and a Lions ground game. The Lions present a unique offensive threat unlike any the Steelers have encountered recently. With Jared Goff orchestrating the attack, the quarterback brings over 3,700 passing yards and 29 touchdowns on the season, supported by a capable and reliable receiving core that includes Monroe St. Brown. Running alongside Goff is the formidable duo of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, whose ground game has been nothing short of spectacular. Gibbs has racked up a staggering total of 1,200 yards on the season, while Montgomery has added 635, combining for 21 rushing touchdowns and 13 explosive runs. This two-pronged attack makes Detroit an unpredictable and multidimensional opponent, capable of exploiting any lapse in defensive discipline. The Steelers will need to bring everything they have to neutralize this force. The defensive backfield has had its ups and downs this season, and injuries have played a major role in shaping the challenges ahead. Key defenders have been sidelined or limited, and while Derek Harmon's return to full participation this week is promising, other players like T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig, and James Pierre are unavailable. These absences could shift the balance of the line of scrimmage and put additional pressure on younger players like Alex Highsmith and rookie Jack Sawyer, who may have to step into starting roles under less than ideal circumstances. The running back for Detroit are likely to test these matchups relentlessly, probing for weaknesses in the gaps and pushing the Steelers' front seven to their limits. Pittsburgh's success may hinge on their ability to control the clock and limit the amount of time the Lions' offense has to find rhythm, particularly with a defense that is still recovering from prior injuries. On the offensive side of the ball, Pittsburgh has shown encouraging progress in recent weeks. The contributions of players like Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Adam Thielen have added new dimensions to the passing game, creating separation and opportunities for big plays while maintaining discipline and precision in route running. DK Metcalf remains a critical component of the receiving core, though his impact will be maximized only if other players can contribute consistently, stretching defenses and opening lanes for the running game. The Steelers' ground attack, led by Jaylen Warren and Kenny Gainwell, must be fully realized this weekend to keep the Lions honest and prevent them from overcommitting to stopping the pass. Caleb Johnson's potential involvement could also be a crucial factor, providing additional depth and versatility in the backfield, allowing Pittsburgh to sustain drives and control the tempo of the game. Looking back at previous opponents, the Steelers have demonstrated an ability to exploit situations where opposing quarterbacks were neutralized, creating one-dimensional threats that could be contained by strategic defensive planning. Against Indianapolis, Daniel Jones was effectively stifled, while Derrick Henry was less threatening in Baltimore due to Lamar Jackson's limited mobility. The Dolphins' quarterback struggles further highlight the importance of contextual matchups. The Steelers excelled against underperforming signal callers, but this upcoming game is different. Goff is healthy, experienced, and capable of reading defenses, making it imperative that Pittsburgh executes at a high level across every position. Any misstep could allow the Lions to capitalize immediately, whether through the air or on the ground. Time of possession is another critical factor in this matchup. Controlling the clock limits the exposure of a defense that, while talented, has been hampered by injuries at key positions. The Steelers cannot afford to leave their defense on the field too long, especially against a rushing attack that can wear down linebackers and force defensive backs into uncomfortable matchups. Offensive drives need to be sustained, smart, and adaptable, with a balance of running and passing plays that keeps Detroit guessing. The combination of precise route running, solid protection schemes, and effective use of personnel rotations will be essential to maintain possession and mitigate the Lions' most dangerous plays. The offensive line deserves particular attention. Left tackle Dylan Cook has been a revelation in his first NFL start, managing 66 snaps without allowing a sack or committing a penalty. His performance demonstrates both skill and composure under pressure, enhanced by the support of teammates like Isaac Smalu, who provided guidance and communication on the field. This type of teamwork and situational awareness is exactly what the Steelers need to counter the challenges posed by Detroit's defensive front, including edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson. Maintaining integrity in pass protection while creating opportunities for the running game will be a delicate balancing act, but it is one that the Steelers appear increasingly capable of managing with the personnel they have in place. As the game approaches, the narrative becomes clear. This is more than just another regular season matchup. The Steelers must manage injuries, execute with precision, and balance their offensive and defensive strategies to remain competitive against a Lions team that, while not currently among the league's elite, poses a legitimate threat due to their versatility and depth. The interplay between running and passing attacks, the pressure on young defenders, and the critical need for time of possession control all converge into a high-stakes chess match on the gridiron. Pittsburgh's ability to adapt in real time, make adjustments to cover injuries, and exploit weaknesses on both sides of the ball will determine whether they emerge victorious or face another challenging test that exposes areas for improvement before the playoffs. Every decision, from play calling to player rotations, carries weight in this matchup. The offense must capitalize on every opportunity, whether through short, efficient passes that move the chains or sustained drives that were down the Lions' defensive front. Meanwhile, the defense must remain disciplined, patient, and responsive to the dual threats presented by Gibbs and Montgomery, as well as any improvisational plays Goff may execute. Pittsburgh's coaching staff will be under the microscope, making real-time adjustments that could dictate the flow of the game, while players on the field must communicate seamlessly to prevent blown assignments and maintain structural integrity across all positions. This weekend, Steelers fans can expect a game that demands every ounce of focus and determination from their team. There is no room for error, no reliance on past successes, or the neutralization of inexperienced quarterbacks. The Lions' combination of passing ability and rushing power presents a true test of the Steelers' resilience, adaptability, and strategic acumen. In many ways, this game is a microcosm of the challenges that define the NFL season. Managing injuries, executing complex schemes, and balancing the demands of offense and defense in real time. For Pittsburgh, it is not just about winning. It is about proving that they can rise to the occasion, overcome adversity, and demonstrate that the adjustments and progress made throughout the season translate into tangible success on the field. As the Steelers prepare to face the Lions, attention inevitably turns to the subtleties that can make or break a game at this level. The nuances of matchups, situational awareness, and execution under pressure are magnified when every possession matters. Pittsburgh's ability to sustain drives, convert third downs, and control the tempo will directly influence the defense's capacity to withstand Detroit's relentless ground attack. The Lions' running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, are not only fast, but possess an instinctive ability to read blocks and exploit creases. Stopping them requires more than just brute force. It demands precise angles, disciplined pursuit, and constant communication across the defensive front. Every linebacker must understand leverage. Every safety must anticipate tendencies, and every defensive back must be ready for sudden shifts in alignment, all while staying prepared for the deep ball that Goff can deliver in an instant. Detroit's offensive line, while not impervious, has shown it can create enough pockets for both the passing and running game to flourish. Goff's ability to manipulate the pocket, combined with his chemistry with receivers, creates a layered challenge for Pittsburgh's pass rush. The absence of TJ what significantly impacts this aspect of the game, removing one of the team's most dynamic edge rushers. Young pass rushers like Jack Sawyer and Alex Highsmith will have to step up in a way that balances aggression with discipline, ensuring lanes are maintained against Gibbs and Montgomery, while still threatening off on dropbacks. The effectiveness of blitz packages, stunts, and gap discipline will be tested in real time, making the defensive coordinator's scheming as critical as the player's execution. On offense, the Steelers must maintain a rhythm that can neutralize Detroit's defensive strengths. Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Adam Thielen have been pivotal in providing spacing, precision, and reliable hands, but the team cannot rely solely on their contributions. DK Metcalf, though a game-changing presence, is limited in terms of volume. Additional receivers must consistently make plays to stretch the Lions' secondary. Calvin Austin's involvement is equally vital, as his speed and field awareness can create explosive plays that force defenders into difficult decisions. Running backs Jaylen Warren, Kenny Gainwell, and Caleb Johnson must not only gain yards but also maintain ball security, extend drives, and draw defensive attention, freeing up the passing game to operate with more latitude. The synergy between pass and run is essential, particularly against a team like Detroit that can shift momentum quickly when allowed to impose its physicality. Special teams, often overlooked in casual analysis, could also swing the balance in a close game. Field position battles, effective returns, and disciplined coverage units can reduce pressure on both offense and defense, providing breathing room in critical situations. In high-stakes matchups, small margins matter. A missed assignment or slight miscommunication can result in a pivotal swing of momentum, which is magnified against an opponent capable of explosive plays in both directions. The Steelers' special teams must be disciplined, aggressive, and smart, complementing the broader game plan and ensuring that each phase of the team contributes to overall success. Pittsburgh's offensive line has been a focal point this season, and its performance against Detroit will determine much of the game's narrative. Left tackle Dylan Cook, having demonstrated composure and consistency, will again face intense scrutiny, particularly from edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson. The coordination between Cook and his adjacent linemen, including the communication and support from Isaac Seumalo, will be critical. Any lapse in protection could lead to disrupted timing, forced throws, and lost yardage, which in turn puts additional strain on the running game and the secondary. Maintaining cohesion, adjusting to blitzes, and keeping the quarterback upright are fundamental, and the execution here sets the tone for everything else. Defensively, the Steelers must approach this contest with discipline and adaptability. Detroit's offense has shown versatility, capable of executing complex plays and finding gaps in even well-prepared defenses. Pittsburgh cannot rely on pre-existing schemes alone. In-game adjustments, recognition of offensive tendencies, and rapid communication are essential. Young defenders are facing a baptism of fire, with the responsibility to read, react, and recover against seasoned professionals. The balance between aggressive pursuit and maintaining gap integrity will dictate the effectiveness of the front seven, while the secondary must navigate mismatches and anticipate route combinations without overcommitting. Mistakes in alignment or reaction can lead to big plays, which is precisely the scenario the Steelers must avoid. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that could reshape the landscape of the league. TJ, what? The star pass rusher for the Pittsburgh Steelers might be on the move. Sources close to the situation suggest that the iconic defender, known for his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks and game-changing plays, is considering a departure from the franchise that drafted him. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere possibility of what leaving Pittsburgh has sent shockwaves through fan bases and analysts alike. What has been a cornerstone of the Steelers' defense for years, earning multiple Pro Bowl selections and consistently ranking among the league leaders in sacks. His presence on the field has been synonymous with the Steelers' identity: ferocious, disciplined, and unyielding. But behind the headlines and accolades, rumors suggest that contract negotiations may have reached a critical juncture, with both parties weighing options that could lead to a dramatic split. Speculation is swirling around potential destinations for what? Teams in desperate need of a dominant edge rusher are reportedly circling, and the mere idea of adding someone of Watt's caliber could transform a team's defensive unit overnight. The rumor mills are abuzz with names from both the AFC and NFC, with some suggesting a blockbuster trade could be on the horizon, while others believe what might even test free agency if the Steelers cannot meet his expectations. Fans have taken to social media to express both disbelief and excitement. For Steelers faithful, the thought of losing one of the franchise's most electrifying talents is unthinkable, yet the intrigue of what could land fuels endless speculation. Analysts are debating whether this move, if it happens, signals a rebuilding phase for Pittsburgh or a strategic pivot in their approach to defense. While teams are reportedly keeping their cards close to the chest, insiders hint that the window for a major announcement could open at any moment. The NFL community watches closely, knowing that the ripple effects of Watt's next move would extend far beyond one roster. Could this be the end of an era in Pittsburgh, or the beginning of a new chapter in a different city? One thing is certain, wherever Watt goes, the league will feel his presence. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.